Right everyone, welcome back to the channel. We are in the DS3 today. Again, it's never ending with this DS3 to be fair. So we're off to go and get the lower arms done today. Reason why. Okay, so I've been having a banging noise in the passenger side front wheel. We couldn't find what the problem was, to be fair. And by pulling and pushing and prodding with a crowbar, nothing was obvious, but it did lead us to the lower arm, and after taking it off, the bush was shot. So if you've got a knocking noise on your DS3 Performance, the likelihood is it's probably the lower arm. And it also was affecting when I pull off the accelerator, it was getting a bang. So yeah, it was knocking over bumps. So yeah, really, and it was just horrible. So we're basically getting that done today. The lower arms on the DS3 Performance are different to the lower arms on a standard DS3. And after speaking to Citroen, it's a 2-week wait and it's quite common. So something to look out for anyway. So let's get down there, let's get this off and get them changed. And hopefully the car will be running great again. And we do actually have a bit of a surprise. Because we are doing something else today. Right guys, we are just around the corner and we're about to get to SEC and do the get the lower arms implemented onto the car. So I thought I'd just give you some basic, a little bit more information on the DS3 lower arms. So the DS3 Performance has a completely different lower arm than the DS3. Now this has a bush at the top and the rear, but it also has like a rosebud bush sort of in the middle, which has a pivot in the middle of it. So it's a different setup. Hence, actually having to wait 2 weeks for it to come in. It wasn't an off-the-shelf job. We actually had to wait for it to come in. Now this leads me on to what we're actually potentially also doing today. Now we really wanted to put some Powerflex bushes onto that lower arm and also do the other lower arm, but unfortunately Powerflex don't make bushes for the DS3 Performance. They do for the DS3 but not the Performance model, so that's really frustrating. So especially as they tend to go. So implementing some Powerflex bushes would have made a complete difference and really helped the car. So, but what we are doing, and Powerflex do make, is some anti-roll bar bushes and some rear bushes. Now hopefully we are going to get the rears done today. We're going to make a consideration on the anti-roll bar, because if the Powerflex bushes don't open up and you can put them over to on the roll bar, then you have to take the roll bar out, and we're not going to do that because that's too much money for basically a £30 product, which takes about 2 hours or so to do. So it's just not worth it. So we're going to have a look at that. But let's get over there now. Let's get this done, because I am quite excited to obviously get the lower arm sorted, because the car is horrible to drive, and also get these bushes on by Powerflex. So let's get over there. We're just around the corner now and get this going. Okay, so the likelihood is we're not going to do the anti-roll bar bushes. It's just not worth it, is it, Pat?
Not without taking the subframe down.
Yeah, let's not take the subframe down. How do they look anyway? They look alright.
They look okay.
That's not going to cause any...
Test them with a bar, see if there's any play.
Wheel trailing arm bushes, wherever they are.
Okay. These babies here.
Okay, I think we were looking to do those. If we're doing the car, let's just do them. And then that Powerflex them. Yeah. Okay, so we were looking at this for the rear bushes, and it's a bit of a bad design from Citroen, where they've attached the brake bracket to the bush, which means this needs to basically, brake line needs to be disconnected too, so that's a shit design. We'll make a decision whether we should do that or not, but Pat's cracking on with the lower arms anyway.
The part that's got play in it there, the rose joint there. It's got side-to-side play and up and down play, which is causing a knock. The bearing gun is, you know, and they do. I think they rely on being completely sealed, you know, from the outside world. If it might have a little, you know, the grease might have leaked out of it or something, or the boot's not perfect, and it's just caused a bit of.
So I'm hoping this eradicates all this banging noise. I mean, hopefully. Fuck.
Change everything else now.
So this is what's failed, making a banging noise. So if you've got a DS3 performance, then you know, and you've got a knocking noise around the wheels, that's probably what it is. So we're going to put a new arm on it. Which took about 2 weeks to get it, didn't it? Something like that.
Yeah,
And then, but we're only changing this one at the moment, and hopefully the other one doesn't fail. But that may be a consideration to change that one as well. So we've got the arm out, and we're gonna get that changed. As I say, we're not gonna do the anti-roll bars. It's just not worth it, because wherever they've gone over here, just not worth it. Too much to drop all this down just for what it is, so we're going to leave that, and we might do the rear bushes, but again, a bit of a stupid design by Citroen, putting the brake bracket, which is basically attached to this here, which normally you drop this down and then push the bush out, but because this is attached, we're going to have to undo all of this, which is a bit of a nightmare. Right, Pat, I'm going to leave you to it. So that's the new arm. Nice and fresh.
Yeah, the other ones were longer, weren't they?
They were long, yeah, and they had
whatever your one is, the sporty one.
Yeah, so slightly different setup on the arm.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks better.
It's got the new bush, the new bearing in there, rose joint thing. Cool.
Cool.
Right in.
Well, we might have to consider doing the other one then at some point.
Yeah, it's expensive, this.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just labour time, innit?
Yeah.
You know. And there you go.
Okay, mate.
Right, we're on the rear, trying to do the Powerflex bushes, and we've dropped the rear down, and I think we're going to have to take potentially the springs out, but right, so Pat's dropped the rear. Looks like we're going to have to take the springs out to get to the bushes.
Just to allow that to pivot down.
Pivot it there. Okay. Looks horrible, but he's on the case. He's going to get this done, no problem. So the new front arms in, looking fresh. I think we will replace the other one. That looks so good. So happy compared to the other one. Looking a bit old. To be fair, it's only done 37,000 miles, so really it's annoying that our bush is gone. Which was one of these, I think it was this one. That looks so much better. Well, I hope we can get the rear done now. Hey, good job. There it is. So bush out, and then the new.
These ones just
Oh, look at that!
push in with your hand, hopefully. Yeah. Just gonna push that one in. I'll put some grease on it.
Yeah, fantastic. I think it's quite a nice upgrade, to be honest. I think, although I was kind of to and fro, and I think it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So difference, solid Powerflex to this piece of shit, to be honest.
A lot easier.
Right guys, we've just got back from SEC, and I tell you what a difference the rear bushes make. If you've got a DS3 Performance, you definitely want to jump onto the Powerflex website and get ordering rear bushes, because it's transformed the car. Going from an absolutely awful suspension setup and ride in this car, the suspension has been the worst thing ever. Going over a little tiny bump and it just shakes the car and it feels awful. And I was considering changing the whole, struts and springs, but now what a difference it has made. And I tell you, get on the website. If you've got a DS3 Performance, go and get yourself some rear bushes, because it will transform your car. Not only that, obviously we've fitted the lower arm on the front. That's made obviously that's made a massive difference, because it was banging all over the place. So as I said earlier on, if you've got any banging noises coming from the sort of wheel area, the likelihood is it'll be your lower arms. So that's been changed again. Unbelievable. So I'm so glad that that's been resolved, because when you pulled off and accelerated off, there was a bang. It was just awful. So new lower arm on the passenger side front. I think we are going to change the driver's side front as well. It makes sense at this stage to do that, and have them both brand new. So yeah, guys, get the rears done, man. Absolutely incredible. Honestly, it feels like a brand new car, and it's absolutely beautiful going over all the bumps. I just went down a country lane where it's really quite, a bad road, and it was amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm going to leave the links in the description for the Powerflex options. There's only 3 options for this car. That's the rear bushes. There is I think a gearbox mount insert, and also the anti-roll bars. Unfortunately, we could have done the anti-roll bar bushes, but it was too much money to drop it down and fit them. It just didn't make sense at this particular moment in time, especially because I was doing the rear, and obviously labour costs involved for that. So yeah, I'm so pleased. I wasn't going to do them in yesterday, changed my mind late, and luckily they managed to get them in this morning. Somebody actually went and picked them up, so that's amazing. Massive shout to Harry over at SEC, because he actually went and got them for me this morning. And so glad we did, because it's made a massive difference. So guys, I'll leave the link in the description for the Powerflex stuff for the DS3 Performance. Hopefully they will bring out some bushes for the front arms, because I think that would be incredible. But the difference it's made on the rear is amazing, so definitely go and do that. that kind of concludes the video. Oh, by the way, I did have a creaky strut on the passenger front as well. We actually changed the strut, and we did the top mount as well, just to be safe. So it is kind of all brand new on the front passenger side. So consideration is I'd probably do the lower arm on the driver's side front, and might change the strut to the same one we did on the passenger. So that kind of concludes the video. What an amazing difference. I cannot believe it. I honestly, I cannot believe the ride of this car now. It is fantastic. You must go and do it. If you've got a DS3 Performance, go and change them. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. Hopefully we can get back on it now and get back up and running on the videos. We've got some more to do on this DS3. I think the next thing we're going to do is a VR10 dual recirc valve. Pretty simple to install. So we're going to go and get that Turbo Smart as a VR10 electric recirc valve. So that's nice and easy to install, so we can do that ourselves. So we'll do a video on that, and we're going to get a Miltech rear exhaust, 3-inch pipes or 3-inch exhaust tips. So we're going to get that done. That's going to really, I think, help the sound and really sort this car out. So a few things left to do on this car. I'm sure there'll be others. It'll probably be some more creakiness and things that will perish, and we'll have to replace those at some point, but those are the next things on the list. As I say, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon and keep up to date with all the videos. And I will catch you on the next one.
Rest again.